mayor's campaign has just concluded. Two?
Teresa Benitez-Thompson.
And Assemblywoman, what brings you out today?
I'm here today at the Sparks Library because we are trying to encourage people to get out to vote. As you can see, there's not really much of a line, and you can early vote pretty easily. You can also bring your ballot that you've filled out, and you can drop it here. So we just want to encourage everyone to get out and vote.
And from what you've seen on the campaign trail, how does it look to you?
It's looking good. So we're more than 6 feet apart. I'm going to drop this a little bit so that people can see me, for those who might not be able to hear me through the mask.
Thank you.
I think it's going wonderful. In lots of places across the state and lots of communities, we have more than 30% of the people who've turned out to vote. We're well on track to have record numbers in terms of voter turnout. That means people care. That means they're engaged. And I think that's all good, a good sign.
And I know you guys are close to on track, at least, I mean, you guys, I mean, the Democrats are on track to possibly, if you win an extra seat here and there and hold everything you got, to getting the necessary supermajority. How's that looking for you at the moment?
That would be really nice. If that's the direction that Nevada goes in and those are the votes they hand to us, well then I will make the best use of them as possible.
As you are the majority leader presently.
Yeah, as majority leader in the Assembly.
In the State Assembly, just to clarify, yes. Which again, and also you're also my Assemblywoman, so thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Which also I want to ask to the folks of my district, what message do you have to the neighborhood about voting and about the general election as well?
I want people to know that we made a conservative effort at the legislature last year to make voting as easy as possible. It's your right to vote. It should not be arduous to vote. It should not be difficult to vote. If you're a citizen, you've got this right. You should be able to show up and easily make your vote or be able to cast your vote. And so that's why we have the extended early vote. That's why we have the drop centers. If you want to stand in line and you're comfortable being around people, socially distancing, you can do that. If you're not comfortable with that and you simply want to drop your ballot, you can do that. If you want to mail in your ballot, you can do that. If you're a traditionalist and you want to vote the day of, you can do that. So we've tried to give as much choice back to the people as possible in how they want to vote, and we hope you take advantage of that.
And I guess with that being said, do you have any concerns about, from here to Election Day, about, the vote and things of that nature going forward?
I have no real concerns. I think that in this community, we are a majority caring community. I think we're conscious and kind to each other. When you go to vote, you're probably voting somewhere in your neighborhood, so you see your neighbors, and I think we're going to have a great election.
And I guess in closing here, and I thank you for staying out in the sun with me for as long as you have today. Is there anything you'd like the people of Assembly District 27 to know about, the election? The people of Sparks and Northern Nevada to know about this election, early voting, and anything at all? You have the floor, ma'am.
Well, I guess I would say that because it's one of the last times I get to say it. If you're in Assembly District 27, I'm asking for your vote. It's the last time I can run for this district, and the people have been good to me. They've elected me for 5 terms those last 10 years, and it's been a privilege to serve. And I don't get to ask for their vote again for this Assembly seat, so I'm asking for it now. You have other great people in the district who are running and who can represent you, and you need to show up to vote for them. You need to show up and to make sure that you're engaging in this process. This is what it means to be American, and we've made it as easy for you as we can to cast your vote.
Assemblywoman, thank you very much again for spending the time you have with me this afternoon. Thank you for your service, and thank you for also always being out in public and being able to talk to the constituents where they are.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And audio, and I'm speaking to
Teresa Benitez-Thompson.
And I also wanted to ask you this, and I failed to ask you this earlier. Regarding the ticket, the big ticket, the top of the ticket,
yes.
Who you're here out supporting as well. Why the Democrat ticket?
So I knew that I was partial to Joe Biden just because of his history and how he supported issues that are important to me. But last night in the debate, I heard something that just resonated with me, and it saddened my heart. He talked about how this election is about our families. It's not about ultimately his family or the president's family. This is about our families and what's going to make the most sense for our families. And I know that for my family's health, for their education, for their future, for my community, that he's going to be the candidate who's going to be the best voice for us and enact the best policies for us. So that's why I know I'm equally, enthusiastic, more so than I was before, to vote for Joe.
And I guess I want to ask, as an observer of politics, as you've been in this business for a bit, in regards to debates and performance, how do you think the Vice President Biden did last night?
I thought it was the best debate so far. I could actually hear the candidates use complete sentences and finish without talking over each other, and that matters. I think that regardless of who you support, you want those debates because you want to hear their stances and you want to know what they're going to say. If we literally can't hear them, it negates the whole point. So I thought it was a better format, and I thought that I got more policy answers. And I thought that Joe did a great job of circling it right back to policy, circling it right back to concrete actions that he's going to take as president.
And I guess lastly, on the topic of the big ticket, seeing what you saw last night, seeing the support, seeing what you see on the ground, how do you feel about Joe's chances here in Nevada?
I think Nevada's solidly going to fall into the Biden camp. I think we're going to give him a great night with great votes, and as the polls start to close and we move out west, I think we're going to deliver him all the electoral votes we got.
Assemblywoman, I want to say thank you for your patience, thank you for your time, and thank you for being willing to talk to me about a very important topic, this election.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Likewise. And that ends my interview with Nevada State Assemblywoman Teresa Benitez-Thompson. This is the scene at Sparks High School at nearly 5 o'clock. Where an event for the Biden-Harris campaign has just concluded. There we go. So, thus ends this event.